Each week we check out a new gun museum. We call it the Firearm Museum Tour. A big part of our Gun Show Loophole tour is checking out the firearms museums around the country, and we know that they're all interested in getting more visitors and more awareness. So we're going to help by featuring a new museum each week. Next up on the tour of firearms museums is going to Missouri and the National Sporting Firearms Museum. So this one was another NRA museum. It's their second, I think, and this one was opened in 2013. There's about 1,000 firearms there, and it's in a giant Bass Pro. And there's all kinds of stuff to see there, including the Firearms Museum. So let's see, it's open all the time, and it's a store. So it's like a store the size of a mall. You go in the main entrance here and take a left, and it's all the way at the south end of the building. And plenty of parking, the building's accessible. You have to go up the elevator. There are some stairs, though, in the museum, so I can't say that the museum is very chair-friendly. Worth checking it out, worth the trouble, I'd say. There's some other museums there as well, so it's worth your time getting to the, second level that the museum is on. It's kind of hard to say. It's like a second/third level. It's a split level. So there's a lot of firearms there. We'll link to some of the video of what it looks like there. But it's a visually pretty frustrating, pretty difficult to display type of environment because the firearms is suspended in glass enclosures on the second floor of a store. So there's just all the chaos and commotion of the store below, and when I was there it was fairly busy, and then you're looking at the museum through glass, and on the other side of the artifacts that you're looking at is more glass, and then the store is down below. So it's pretty difficult to take pictures of it, but when you're there it's pretty impressive. It's an interesting museum and lots of interesting artifacts there, specimen firearms that were possessed or used to accomplish things in sporting history. So a pretty cool museum. When I first heard about it in 2012, when we were visiting the museum, they were packing up a bunch of guns for the place, and I really had an impression it was going to be pretty boring. And I've heard a couple of people review it and said it wasn't so great, but after visiting, I have the opposite. I have a much more positive impression of it. A very cool museum. It's totally free. You just have to walk up the stairs and walk through the museum. There's no one there really, except for maybe a guard or something making sure nobody's screwing around, but there's nobody there to walk you through it or give you a tour, but there's plenty of information there that you can read. So I don't have any real information from it. This is just a general brochure about all three of the museums. So they have their National Museum, started in the 90s. You have your Sporting Arms Museum, started in 2013. And then the museum at the Whittingham Center in New Mexico is a third collection, which is really just a private collection on display at their giant range in New Mexico. All right, well, we're taking a look at firearms museums. Each week we take a look at another one. If you've been to the big museum in Missouri, or if you're planning on attending, let us know in the comments wherever you happen to find the video. Till next time, thanks for watching. So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video, over on gunstreamer.com or on guntube.org. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.